Alright, we're back. We're continuing right where we left off. I'm gonna go under the circumstances, whatever it is, that you just came from the last video. I'm gonna continue what I was talking about then, which is Marvel movies. So it's like the last good Marvel movie was Guardians 3. It's like I've gotten to the point where I rarely watch them. I haven't watched any of the Disney Plus shows since I think She-Hulk was the last one I watched, and it's like that's enough to like lose your faith in humanity right there. But like I didn't watch Black Panther 2 because I didn't like the first one. I didn't watch Captain Marvel 2 because it's like, oh boy, we have 3 characters. One is from like a Disney Plus show I didn't like. One is from a different Disney Plus show I didn't like, and the other's from a movie I didn't like. I'm not gonna watch it. But what else came out? Loki Season 2. I saw Season 1, didn't watch Season 2. I think Season 2 was kind of like a marketing thing where it was like, if I see like a lot of advertisements for something, I'm not gonna go and, watch it. Because I'm sick of seeing the ads for it. So for Loki Season 2, I was watching something and I kept getting advertisements for it. And, when you get like 100 advertisements in a row for the same thing, you don't want it anymore. So I was like, fine, you're going to keep advertising it to me, I'm not going to watch it. I need Robin. Come on. What else did I not watch? I watched Eternals. And I also watched Shang-Chi around the same time. And I have to say, Shang-Chi was worse. Because I think Eternals was like in one ear, out the other. Like I didn't pay any attention to it at all. So it's like, it's still a god-awful movie, but it's like, it's not as bad as Shang-Chi. Which, it was like, I was expecting that movie to, at least be decent. I hadn't lost my faith yet. So I was gonna watch it. Had a meal ready. I sat there and watched it all, paying attention to it. And I was like, that was absolutely awful. I don't think what else came out. The Nick Fury show, Secret Invasion. I watched the first half of the first episode. Don't have a lot of time. And I never came back to it. Because I thought it was so bad. And it's like, what else? What else was there? Ant-Man 3. Ant-Man 3 is a movie that I've only ever thought of whenever it's like, I'm thinking about which Marvel stuff I've watched recently. And it's always like the last thing I think of, because it's like, oh yeah, Ant-Man 3 exists. I can't tell you a single thing that happened in Ant-Man 3. I can tell you, Paul Rudd was in it. That's pretty much it. I watched that movie, I didn't pay attention to it, I did not care. I thought it was awful. And I liked the first Ant-Man movie. I thought the second one was not terrible. Third one was terrible.
Security access verified.
Season 2 of What If, which they didn't even like release in like a, they didn't do it like in the weekly thing, they just kind of, I think, dumped it out all at once. because they knew nobody was gonna watch it.
Maybe that was 5
But
seconds. Run!
and there's that Agatha show,
Go ahead.
which if you actually care about not being spoiled on these things, I hope
See,
you
can't rely
already
on
watched
anyone.
the Scarlet Witch and Vision show, because you're gonna get advertisements constantly spoiling it. Which, I mean, they were spoiling it the day that, like, the second to final episode came out, because I remember, like, the day that the episode came out of that show where they revealed that she was evil, I went on YouTube, and the official Marvel YouTube channel had uploaded the clip from the show.
Hey guys.
So
Sorry it took me a second.
I remember I watched the final episode of WandaVision twice, back to back. I watched through it once. Oh, what happened there? I watched through it once, and I was like, I wasn't really paying attention, I was like, plus the streaming service was lagging so much, probably just because everyone was on it at that point, like watching that episode, I guess. Yeah.
Pardon me, sir.
Where's this? Nope. Going up. It's the nice thing about areas like this, when you have Superman, you can just fly right through them. There we go. I lost all my building pieces. Purple. I gotta get the purple. There we go. I'm gonna think about, was there anything else Marvel that I skipped? I don't think so. I think I've mentioned everything. But it's like, the Loki Season 2 I didn't watch because I got advertised about it so much that I didn't care anymore. And it's like, I wouldn't have watched Falcon and Winter Soldier if I got the amount of ads for it that, like, I got 2 years after it came out. Because every now and then I think I still will get an advertisement for Falcon and Winter Soldier. It's like I watched it when it came out, and like 2 years later, they're still giving me like advertisements for it. But at that point, it's like, just not gonna go. It's like I wouldn't have watched it if, you know, they advertised it to me so much. It always feels weird that, like, which Marvel things I get advertised for a lot, because it's like Falcon Winter Soldier I got advertised for a lot, but only like 2 years after it came out. I got a lot. I'm getting a lot of advertisements for that Agatha show I'm never going to watch. Back whenever Black Panther 2 was like coming to streaming, I was getting a lot of advertisements for it. And it was like some scene that like didn't make any sense, where it was like the mom from Black Panther being like, "Who are you?" And then it's like Namor the Submariner. He says like, "I am Namor the Submariner." It's just like, I won't ask again. Who are you? He just said he's Namor the Submariner. I remember the Spider-Man like arcade time where it was like you had 4 playable characters. It was just like whoever they got the license to. It was like Spider-Man, I think Black Cat, and then like the other two were like the random ones. I think it was like Hawkeye and Namor. It was just like, okay, we need a player 3 and a player 4. Who are we going to be able to get the rights for cheap? Get rid of the clown.
Excuse me, sir.
In this game, I know they're doing Lego Batman 3, and I think they do it in this one as well. Whenever you fly as Superman, it plays the Superman theme. But you know, I'm already gonna be copyrighted by Danny Elfman. I'm not gonna take the risk from John Williams too. Minikit. Where's Batman? Well, I'm not going that way. Can I make it? Nope. Come on. All this way now. I can make that. It's nice that they easily differentiate between which ones you can walk on, which ones will break. They're completely different shades of colors. Close to that true hero status, so I gotta break some stuff. We're about one thing away from getting it. It's like I've kind of died out on the Marvel stuff because it's like I've realized what you kind of stop paying attention whenever you realize what their strategy is, and it's set up for something that's never going to happen. These movies have been going for what, 16 years now, and it's like everything is set up. It's like, instead of being like, okay, we gotta set up Captain Marvel 2, so we're gonna make, it's like, so what like leads into Captain Marvel 2? It's like WandaVision, Miss Marvel, that Nick Fury show probably, you know, is tied to it. I don't know because I didn't watch it. I also don't like how they made the Skrulls like the nice aliens. Because it's like, it feels like we want to like throw people for a loop, so we're just gonna like change the characters. Well, that way they'll never know. The only thing I've ever seen that like does that right was Arrow in season 5. I'm gonna spoil that right now. The main villain, Prometheus, turns out to be this guy, Adrian Chase. And one of the villains that's on the show is a vigilante. And it's like they kind of tease that maybe, you know, he's vigilante, which anybody that was watching the show back whenever it came out would probably have gone and, you know, Googled who is Adrian Chase in DC Comics, and they would have seen, oh, he's Vigilante. So they'd been like, oh, well, I figured it out. Oh, there we got it. But then it turns out that, you know, he isn't Vigilante. But the problem that they did on the show was the episode that they really leaned into making you think that he's Vigilante, they immediately reveal that he isn't.
Art is always better if it's bigger.
I really like Arrow, though. I understand that it's a bad show
Hey,
in a lot of
isn't
ways,
that Bruce
but
Wayne's
it has like
mansion?
good parts to it. It's like season 1
Really despise that guy.
is like actually like really good. They do a hallway fight near the end of the show, which like any serious superhero thing has to have a hallway fight.
Hey,
It's
Batman,
like,
I think I
okay,
fixed the whirly bat.
Arrow, Daredevil, The Batman, Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I'm gonna go work.
Some of the X-Men movies did it with the Wolverine
Why
like
didn't you
multiple
tell me Luthor was
times.
involved? I was handling it. Yeah.
I remember
Looks like you had it
I was
all
watching
under
like
control.
that scene from Arrow,
I'll
the
hang
scene in
around
comments,
and
people being
see
like,
you ahead.
oh,
Remember,
this is like
I can do anything.
a worse version of like the fight scenes on Daredevil. I saw a clip one time of an episode of
what's in there.
Daredevil.
What?
It's like he's fighting Kingpin, and they're just standing still, like going back and forth, punching
That's
each
what
other
they
like
wanted
a
the whole time.
turn-based
Must be what
RPG.
powers that deconstructing device. I picked up kryptonite on the Batmobile scanner.
Now they can neutralize your gadgets and my powers.
That's one of those
Why?
video game genres
What are they up to?
I can't play is
Don't know.
turn-based
Need
RPGs
that
because it's
kryptonite.
like they're so
You can take
boring.
this to get there.
It's like,
Introducing the new.
first of all,
flying
we're gonna
Batmobile.
make a genre of game that is extremely boring to play, and we're gonna make them 100-hour long games.
You need a hand?
No, I'm good.
Remember when I bought my PS4, you know, I was like picking up games I wanted to get. I got Uncharted Trilogy, Uncharted 4, and Spider-Man, and I was like, I'm gonna buy something else, but it's like I know I'm gonna finish the Uncharted games fairly quickly. And Spider-Man, I can probably finish very quickly. I need something that's really long to play. So I got Horizon Zero Dawn because I thought that's like 100-hour long, like 100 hours long. And you know, I looked it up a while ago on howlongtobeat.com on how long it takes to 100% the game, and it said I think around 80 hours. Yeah, I platinumed the game in I believe 32 hours. So, to be fair though, I was skipping over a lot of the story and stuff. And then, it's kind of ironic though because Uncharted 4, I believe I got around 60 hours of. Oh yeah, this is the first time we're going to fly in the open world. Flight in this game? Awful. Yeah, they fixed it in the later games. I think Lego Marvel was the first game to have the fixed flight.
Black smoke is rising from Bruce Wayne's garden with unconfirmed reports of loud bangs and a weird kind of aircraft seen in the nearby sky. Wayne spokesman Alfred Pennyworth says they're just burning leaves.
We're about
but
nearing the end of
visitors
this
to Wayne
episode,
are
though.
being turned away, and tonight's planned reception in aid of the Gotham
Been
City
going
Zoo
for
has
almost
been
20
canceled.
minutes.
With the city in the grip of a crime wave, even the animals can't catch a break.
I'm gonna wait till we get to the actual level and then we're gonna end it. So yeah, that's all for this episode. Do the old liking and subscribings. or don't, you know. In fact, if you really want to, you can leave a death threat in the comments. I really won't care.